Miller seems to have a particular hold on him.
Well, Miller, I think, learned the lessons in the first administration. So in the first administration, he was not that close to Trump, but he hung in there and has made it his mission. And during the 4 years out of power, he continued to solicit. He continued to demonstrate his incredible fealty, and now is in a position of some certainly one of the men in the innermost circle. Will that last? Well, it never does. So we'll see.
I'm used to Trump shocking me by upping the ante in ways that even I didn't imagine, but he's rarely surprised me. Like something completely out of character that he does that I'm like, wow, and here's one where it did kind of surprise me, which was the selection of Vance. That did not strike me as very Trumpy for some reason. The reason I think that is because, first of all, Vance started out as an anti-Trump person, which I don't think you could say that of anybody who's closest to him now, and said he was equivalent to Hitler. I mean, Vance did. Vance is also a bit of a brainiac and has this sort of intellectual idea that he's kind of crafting a new conservatism, which is sort of the kind of thing that would, I think, not really click with Trump. The other reason I was surprised was that it means that he's sort of anointing a successor, and I don't think he's capable of doing that. And if he did, it would have to be his family. So explain the riddle of the Vance selection and the relationship that now exists there.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's difficult. I mean, it begins from the thing Trump does not want a vice president. And at one point in the campaign, he literally said, "Do we need a vice president? I can do this. We don't need a vice president."
I mean, when someone asks you, "Why do we need a vice president?" This is the former president of the United States saying this to you. You're like, have you heard of this? It's called it's a constitution, Mr. President. It's set down. You've been celebrating it in words, but you do realize that what you just said is insane.
Yeah, well, no one says that, because then you would be forced to say that all of the time.
Oh, I know.
But anyways, he goes on, and also remember, everybody adjusts to the fact that this is the man. Whatever is in his brain comes out of his mouth. Is it real? Is it this? Is it just passing? Most of it is just that. So, but at any rate, the vice president, he doesn't really want to pick a vice president. When he picked Pence in 2016, he literally went to, he's going up to the podium to make this announcement. And he says to one of his aides, "What would happen if I announced someone else?" Pence is there with his whole family. So he doesn't want this. So there's right up until the moment of picking Vance, there is a constant shifting out of who it might be. People calling him, people lobbying. I mean, right up until the very moment that he's looking for someone else. And someone else. I mean, he's just looking to not make the decision. But the Vance thing is he's a favorite of Don Jr. That's a meaningful thing.
That helps explain it, because that means that he's not betraying his own offspring.
Well, he doesn't. I don't think he gives a shit about betraying his offspring. I don't. That doesn't. Okay. That would be completely out
Fair
of
enough.
character. And then essentially the tech community has bought Vance this seat. And this becomes very important to him on the campaign trail. And at several points, he says, he's tired of doing fundraisers. And he says, "I don't have to do any fundraisers. The crypto guys will give me anything I need."